great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19. Should have opted for the touchback. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Carr. Rolling to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage. They got the
touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
This one brought in by Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. play action. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, here's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Cousins again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. They'll try the middle with Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the red zone now, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. These two teams all tied after 1. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The Saints at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's got the first down. Yardage before. Down at midfield. Again, it's Johnson. Room here to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here and try to tie this football game. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On the move to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Play fake. Cousins steps away. This one, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but
I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he will have a Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll throw again, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
77 yards.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They go play action. Cousins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 31, Carr looking deep for Hilton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Following the interception, Cousins.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Flush to his right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second.